Hello, welcome to this update for Europe and Asia focused on winter weather stuff. So, we should have made this yesterday because this storm is already happening, but let's take a look at what's happening now. There's this low pressure system that developed from the Mediterranean, and it's now near Ukraine, Poland, and Belarus, with this snow developing and some ice on the eastern side of it, and some rain as well. And this snow will go further into the Baltic states and Russia throughout today, Sunday and Monday. Especially like might have some freezing rain in Russia, even near Moscow, according to the European model. The GFS is kind of further west, but it does have some freezing rain nearby as well. So please be aware of this storm, especially there northeastern Europe. And then Sunday into Monday, so like Monday afternoon, this goes further into Russia, more snow and ice there. And then by the time we get to Tuesday, shows this really grows in size and more snow throughout Russia. And then this eventually goes towards southern Russia and northern Mongolia and dissipates. So please be aware. And just saying more for Russia here, today Sunday there's already this big storm, Central Russia now, and then this goes Monday, eastern Kazakhstan, some wintry precipitation, and to northern Mongolia, central southern Russia. So be careful. And then after that, it's this next storm that's in Eastern Europe now. They'll head that way. So please be aware. There's here like in Western Europe another front throughout France and Spain and northern Portugal, and shows this next batch of winter weather for Central Europe, for Germany, the Alps and Denmark as early as tonight. So this goal shows some local freezing rain, spots of Czechia and to Germany, and more snow in the Alps Monday. This lingers there a little bit, especially across Czechia, spots across the Alps, and Hungary, Slovakia. So shows a lot of rain in the Mediterranean throughout Monday, Tuesday, and more storms in Italy, and some stronger ones near Naples, spots central southern Italy. More rain through the Balkans until Wednesday. This is already Tuesday, Wednesday, and shows like if more storms continue in the Mediterranean until Thursday. The European is bringing a stronger low pressure system towards Greece later by next Friday, Saturday. So please be aware of these systems with rain, storms, and everything. There's like the European model. There's the winter overview that's very good, shows that system now in Eastern Europe there. It's still around Poland and Slovakia, Ukraine, with some freezing rain spots in Ukraine as well, even northern Romania, and shows like the purple is snow there across the purple snow depth. So there's no depth in the Alps there, higher in the mountains, of course, and the falling snow is white. So shows some in the northern UK as well. And then this system comes on Monday with more snow across Germany, like I showed you a minute ago, there in the Alps as well. And then the freezing rain likely intensifies across Western Russia there, like I showed you too. So this goes, and then by Wednesday shows this next winter storm, like it goes Monday there in the Alps, Germany, and by Wednesday shows it affects Eastern Europe again, like northern Belarus, southern Lithuania into Poland, Tuesday night into Wednesday, starting Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night. So this area we will get two winter storms back to back this week. This area from like eastern Czechia to western Russia in Eastern Europe. So be careful in those areas, the snow and everything. And this other low pressure system, the snow goes away into Russia by Thursday, and then it goes further there into Russia. So be careful. And Friday shows that systems more storms in Greece possibly, and later still monitoring, but likely it gets quieter by the first days of December, and later still some more fronts possible later in December. So we'll keep watching. Be careful in those areas. There's the GFS, winter overview too. It shows like that storm now across spots of Slovakia, southern Poland, Ukraine, and eastern Czechia. This goes throughout today, Sunday, the freezing rain across Russia, even I expect some spots northern Ukraine, Belarus. And then this goes Monday, gets wider, the season gets wider, more snow across Northwestern Russia, and even some ice pellets there in green across Russia mixed the freezing rain. So be careful Monday. Tuesday shows like that next front, this low pressure system on the Atlantic dives down to the UK, and more snow across Germany, the Alps, the Pyrenees as well, and through Central Europe. And then this next low pressure system tries to go towards northeastern Europe again by Wednesday, Thursday. The GFS a little bit later, especially by Thursday, shows in Poland the low pressure system with more snow and even some spots of freezing rain in Eastern Europe. And the GFS also has low pressure in the Mediterranean near Greece and Italy for Friday and next Saturday, and maybe another one near between Spain and Italy by next Monday. So still watching, but that's still far out. But for now, be careful of the snow and everything in those areas. Let's just see how it's now in Western Europe. So there's some rain array across France, a shower through there in northern UK, and then the show as this comes closer, some snow there starting Switzerland, Germany, as few spots of ice, and then Monday shows on the Pyrenees some snow as well. Possibly some rain, most of northern Spain and Portugal, a little bit of rain possible. This comes and still shows snow there in the Alps Tuesday and the Pyrenees as well, even spots northern Spain. And Tuesday still shows, and Wednesday still some on the mountains, the Pyrenees and the Alps, and then the rest goes towards the Mediterranean, those storms, and to northern Africa too. So be aware in those areas, and later into December still shows some low pressures near Libya and the Mediterranean. So it's still watching. So be aware in those areas. The rain accumulation does show today Sunday until next Friday, the 28th. Most of Central Europe, more rain, spots northern Spain and Portugal, the UK as well, into Western Ireland, and show especially the more dangerous rain across Albania. There's some 192 millimeters, spots there, those islands near Greece, and 200 millimeters near Albania and Greece. So please be careful. Spots in Bosnia, some 130 millimeters. More spots there. Northern Algeria as well. Some heavy rain. So be careful. If I put this until Sunday the 30th, increases a little bit more in Greece there. Close to 100 millimeters spot or two. So be careful in those areas. And shows a little bit of rain in Iceland as well, and a spot or two in the Baltic in Scandinavia. So be aware. Now for snow, a big part of Europe shows snow as well. Spots there, the Pyrenees and the Alps, especially there, like shows Central Pyrenees, 28 centimeters or more. The European spots in the Alps, 15 centimeters, and that's still the Pyrenees, sorry. And then there in the Alps it should be stronger, some 106 centimeters next 5 days throughout this week, basically. And spots there some 100, some 58, there to 96 centimeters in the Western Alps, even in some lower elevations. Southern France shows some snow as well. So be careful. And Central to Eastern Alps shows less than the West, but still shows snow some 43 centimeters, 60 centimeters. Spots there, Northern Alps, most of Switzerland, and then shows no Central Italy in the mountains as well. In those mountains, 15 centimeters. Spots, even Southern Italy, some unusual spots. Corsica, maybe less than a centimeter in the mountains, but like very little. And shows there in the Balkans, like in Kosovo, shows snow throughout, spots Montenegro 28 centimeters, Bosnia 17, Macedonia, North Macedonia some. The GFS has a lot throughout most of Bosnia, most of Montenegro, most of Kosovo too, especially between Bosnia and Montenegro shows more. The icon shows spots of Central Eastern Montenegro, most of Bosnia, and just northern Kosovo. So be aware. And the icon shows also spots northern Spain, a few mountains there, and central northern Spain, and the Pyrenees, of course. So be aware in those areas. Now for Eastern Europe, those no storms. So the storm is still in Slovakia and shows like some 22 centimeters or more there now. Most of Czechia shows no. And through Poland, 19 centimeters goes to Lithuania, 21 centimeters, 37. These values change all the time, but just an estimate shows most of Belarus. Northern Estonia shows a little bit as well. And does show like spots there in Romania as well, central to northern Romania, some snow spots in Bulgaria and the higher mountains there in the Balkans, so be aware too. So this snow will, let's just say Scandinavia before Russia, because after that moving to Asia, so shows some 37 centimeters Norway, some 49 centimeters, spots there in northern Norway, and central-ish Finland shows more snow as well. So in the northern UK shows like 7 centimeters, 6, even central UK, so like 5 centimeters, even zero point 0.1 in London. The GFS just shows 0 everywhere. The GFS is just in Scotland, some snow there. The icon is very minimalist, it just shows like northern Scotland, so be aware. But the European is too generous, I think, and it shows some in Denmark as well, and spots southern Sweden. So be careful, and after this goes into Western Russia, shows there spots northwestern Russia near Scandinavia, some snow, and most of northwestern Russia there near the Arctic. Further south, that doesn't show much, barely zero, but like central northwestern Russia shows more. These systems track east towards Central Russia, passing near northern Kazakhstan into northern Mongolia, especially these areas like 127 centimeters, a few areas southern Russia, south central Russia, like spots in southern Kazakhstan and eastern Kazakhstan, not southern, but like eastern Kazakhstan, some snow, central Kazakhstan, a finger or two as well. And the GFS also has its central to eastern Kazakhstan, northern areas, so be aware. And shows like into Mongolia, nothing too crazy, but like northernmost Mongolia and spots in eastern Mongolia to northern China. So central eastern Mongolia, and shows there some more snow North Korea, then to South Korea too, so 6 centimeters, 15 centimeters. And spots northern China. Beijing, nothing, but shows further north. The GFS shows some in the ocean between North Korea and China as well, and spots there near Beijing. So be aware. It shows southeastern Russia there too, near the Pacific into northern Japan, especially there like the North Island Japan, some 22 centimeters, spots there some 18 centimeters in the mountains, central Japan, but nothing too crazy. So be aware. Shows there across the further into eastern Russia and the Pacific, the Kamchatka Peninsula, some 54 centimeters, some 26 centimeters, more spots further south. So be aware. And central-ish Siberia and further east into easternmost Russia, some snow too. And the only spots in Russia like no snow would be like southwestern Russia and some spots central northern Russia. Might have a hint of snow, but not much. The Arctic coast might have some more, but like these areas, central, western to central Russia, is the track of these winter storms. So be aware. And in the Himalayas, that does show snow too. Spots central China and the elevations, some 32 centimeters, 45 centimeters. Spot there some 25 centimeters, central China and southern China, Bhutan, some of the mountains there, Nepal, some 26 centimeters, spots in the Himalayas, but not too much. In Western Asia, shows in Iran some 6 centimeters, spots there across Turkey, is 23 centimeters, 4, 5 centimeters, and a few mountains there, even Lebanon, the Europeans like some 1.2 centimeters. The GFS, nothing in all of Western Asia. These two models are too different. The European is kind of generous who does know. The icon also has something, spots in Turkey. So I think the GFS is not so realistic right now. But be aware, those areas we'll keep watching. Just for curiosity, let's put this until December 5th. It does increase a lot across Eastern Russia, spots along the west, and spots along Western Asia through Iran. In those areas, it does increase some. In Europe, it does increase a little bit until December 7th, but not so much because the heaviest is coming this week, but it does increase some as well. So be aware those areas. Let's check some wind before the temperature. So does show today Sunday across Ireland, some higher gusts there, some even to 101 km per gust, spots into North Island and Ireland, and spots there just generally in the North Sea and the Eastern Atlantic near France and northern Spain. So Monday shows some higher gusts. Still a few spots in Spain there, some 82 km per gust, spots there the Mediterranean into Croatia still shows slightly stronger and there near southern Poland possibly. So Monday night still quite strong central Mediterranean, a few spots in the mountains Ukraine into the Balkans. So Monday, Tuesday shows there the Tramontana again near southern France, northeastern of Spain and spots in eastern Spain there. So Wednesday night still shows there in the Balearic Islands, some strong gusts into Thursday morning, Croatia, and more spots there. And then Thursday shows in Algeria, this is slightly higher gusts, a few spots there, as this low pressure spins around the Mediterranean, strong gusts northern Libya, there as well Friday, Saturday, and then near Greece as well. So be aware. And going back to the Atlantic, there will be this big low pressure system to pass near the UK Thursday night, the 27th, and Friday, and near Iceland as well, with some damaging wind gusts spots northern UK, Western Ireland, into Iceland, and even Norway. So be aware, it shows there across Western, Northwestern France next Saturday as well. So we'll keep watching, just be aware. In Asia, still those stronger spots, Central East China and Southern Russia, South Central Russia, a few spots today, Sunday into Monday, spots in Eastern China, show some gusts, and there in the South China Sea, strong gusts as well. This goes, show some strong gusts near the Philippines and everything, the South China Sea, because of the tropical cyclone there. Check our tropics video to know more about that. We did it on Friday. So going back to the wind in Mongolia, shows slightly stronger. Northern China next Tuesday, Wednesday, possibly some damaging gusts by Wednesday, the 26th, central northern China there, and just east of Japan, there in the Pacific, some a cyclone, stronger gusts. Shows there in Russia, southern Russia for Wednesday, and then Thursday that's showing the Himalayas again, Tibet, some stronger gusts, and the Sea of Japan there, in northern China possibly. So Thursday shows like this tropical cyclone there across the South China Sea. The European has it stronger now, and those areas to watch, one Sri Lanka, another one north of Sumatra. So we'll make another video for the tropics tomorrow, Monday or Tuesday, so stay tuned for that. But going back north here shows northern Japan Thursday, some strong gusts with the system, southeastern Russia possibly, and then Friday, Saturday, more of those windy low pressure systems, the Sea of Japan and those areas. So just monitor those areas towards the middle to latter half of the week. So be aware those areas and does show. Let's see what the European has for those temperatures here today, Sunday. So that there's the cold snap. The end of last week that was pretty intense, but it's still very cold spots there across the Alps, some -8 spots there in Austria, -9 in the Alps, and then this afternoon. Actually, the highest temperatures, yeah, in the afternoon across Spain, so 17, 19 degrees, and spots there across Greece. Those might be the warmest areas in all of Europe because the rest is very cold, like Central to Eastern Europe. Alright, shows this is the end of the afternoon, shows some -3, some negative temperatures, most of Central Eastern Europe. And then during the early morning hours, does show still some -14 spots in Eastern Europe, spots there in the Alps, some -10, there in Bosnia, spots Serbia, and does go all the way to the Balkans in northern Greece, some -1. So be aware, those areas across Germany, Eastern Germany especially, and then that shows some active temperatures in the Pyrenees as well, some -2, -1 spots there across Spain near the coast, some 10 to 12 degrees near the coast, and other spots inland further inland colder. So Monday afternoon does increase slightly, a few spots to like 17 degrees. 16 degrees southern Greece and Italy, 19 near southern Greece and Spain, and then still shows like Scandinavia there, very cold, so it's a -25 degrees Celsius, spots is a -24, most of Sweden, spots in Norway, most of Norway, some active temperatures, Finland, so be aware, in Iceland, very cold as well, and there near those towns, some -2, -4, so be careful, and shows like Monday nights gets colder, central Spain, it's a -1, northern Spain, there in the mountains, and then most of Eastern Central Europe still in the Alps, spots in the Netherlands, northern UK, some active temperatures, and there in Scandinavia, of course, some -23, northern Finland, spots in Sweden to Norway, some -22, and further south, less cold, but still negative. So be careful. Also, Romania, some active temperatures in the Western Caucasus and spots there in Turkey. So be aware. Tuesday shows like does get some colder wind chills, some frosts, like once again in Western Europe. France, some 0 to -3 degrees, and Spain again spots there some -2, -1 Wednesday morning, and spots there in eastern Spain to -2, -8 on the Pyrenees. And the Alps are actually like -17 spots in the Western Alps. So be aware. So Wednesday still shows Wednesday night to Thursday spots in Eastern Europe in the Baltics, Central Eastern Europe, the coldest temperatures. In the southeast, it's better. Just Turkey is colder in eastern Turkey to Azerbaijan there and the Caucasus by Thursday. And then shows Thursday morning, probably even colder. This will change still. This changes all the time, but does show most of northeastern Europe some active temperatures, spots there, Central Europe and into the Balkans as well, Central Italy, especially in the Alps, like -20 degrees Celsius, a few spots in the Alps. And the Pyrenees does, the cold does get close to the coast, like some 5 degrees, a few areas, Barcelona, does show even to like -12, -13 in the highest spots there. So be careful. Central Spain are showing more frosts on Thursday, the GFS kind of as well. So, and spots of France too. So Thursday and then Friday, the 28th, still cold there. Central Spain, the Pyrenees, southern France, into the Alps, and there in Eastern Europe. And Slovakia is also showing like -17 on the European. The GFS is just -5. It's further west to the GFS. So Friday still shows like spots there in Central Eastern Europe. Saturday does improve after that, but still cold in many spots. So be careful. And you already know the deal for Asia, minus 45 degrees Celsius across Russia, there in Siberia, especially central Siberia, in those areas. Today, Sunday, spots are like minus 45, minus 44, and even some spots like minus 32. Most of central northern Russia, extremely cold there, shows there spots some minus 11, minus 26. So be careful in those areas. You're used to it, of course, but please stay safe. Shows in Mongolia, already 2 days like minus 27. The high elevations in Japan, some negative temperatures. Near the coast, some like 10 to 15 degrees. So be careful. Spots there across the Himalayas, some minus 26 as well. And in the south, it's still like mild and tropical. So yeah, and Russia during the day and night, it does improve during the day, of course, but it doesn't change that much. It goes from like minus 45 to minus 41 day and night. So please be careful, like some minus 43 still, like 2 days from now on Tuesday. Spots central to Eastern Russia. Western Russia is better, like just minus 3 compared to minus 45, but it's still cold, especially northwesternmost Russia and spots in Kazakhstan. It's doing better. In Western Asia, some spots chilly, but some spots are mild. And Mongolia into northern China, Russia are the coldest parts, especially northern Russia. So Tuesday shows still this extreme cold spreads even more to like some minus 46 a few areas. Minus 45, and the wind chills, the feels like temperatures might be close to minus 50 or even less depending on the wind gusts. So please stay safe. Show spots in easternmost Russia, not as extreme as Siberia, but still very cold, minus 18. And spots there in China, it's right, pretty chilly there, some 6 degrees, 1 degree, 0. So be aware, North Korea to South Korea, some 2 degrees, a few spots. So during the afternoon does increase across southern India, spots further south in the tropics, especially a few days like Thursday, some 32 degrees in India, spots Indonesia, some mild temperatures in the tropics, but still like northern Kazakhstan next Thursday, the 27th, some minus 1. There in northern Siberia, some minus 44 still, spots some minus 35. There into Eastern Siberia is very cold. Northernmost China, some minus 22. Spots central northern China. Be aware, Beijing is still around 5 degrees, but it might get colder. So Thursday, so like Thursday night to Friday, some 0 degrees, minus 5, northern China, North Korea to minus 18 possibly. The spots there, northern Russia, some minus 45, minus 44, and spots central Kazakhstan, northern Kazakhstan. So stay safe, and those mountains there in Iran, the highest elevation, some minus 3, even colder, some minus 5 in Turkey, spots in the Caucasus. So be aware, in the open areas, the Saudi Arabia, some 13 degrees, 21 degrees, a few areas. So be aware. Shows Thursday, next Friday, still the cold air spinning in Russia, moves even further west into central Russia. This is a minus 45, spots a minus 44, so please stay safe. Even minus 46, a few spots, and some brutal wind chills. Central northern Russia, spots there across northern China to minus 30, alright, by next Friday. And does get colder much of central western China into the Himalayas as well. Afghanistan in the mountains. So stay safe in those areas. Be careful, those temperatures and everything into the first week of December, still pretty cold, of course. That cold air keeps spinning throughout Central Russia and Eastern Russia. So please stay safe. Be careful, and here just checking like there's the European. Let's see if there's something important. I don't think he has like a northern hemisphere here. let's see here because there's something important that might happen later into December. So let's see. Northern Hemisphere. So I don't have the specific map here, but there's a rapid stratospheric warming event possibly going to happen in December. So this might happen like across near Greenland, North America, some above average temperatures in the stratosphere. And this sudden stratospheric warming event might cause some possible cold snaps across the northern hemisphere, especially North America and possibly Europe and Asia too. So we'll keep monitoring this in December because the shows layers some lower pressures over Siberia as well, the cold air, the last week of November. So we'll keep watching this, but just know that there's some probabilities later in December for some greater cold waves because this sudden stratospheric warming event. And this simply what it does, it disrupts the polar vortex there and allows for more cold air to come down to these latitudes. So we're still watching, but yeah, and stay safe.